Hi, this is Reese from Creative Center, and today we're going to be talking about why move to the cloud. Now, this video is for those people who are not too sure what the cloud means, and we're going to explain a bit about the cloud, and also just to clarify what type of clouds you can have, because there's some times you've asked this question about the cloud, you've got probably the wrong advice, and there's certain people with certain agendas wanting to keep hardware, infrastructure, and many other things. And we found through my experience watching what people do and even claim what is cloud, for example, remote desktoping and all these things who are governed under the cloud thinking, you find you're still managing the software and paying high bills for it as well. So we're going to clarify what does a cloud mean. Now, why move to the cloud is because you need to focus on your business. What we find with the when you actually install your own server in your own environment, you find that you're having a lot of meetings with that IT people because you need to worry about the backups and the different things of your network. You need to set up a server and all these different things, and you're taking away on your time on what you are good at, which is your business. And so cloud will kind of help you just focus on your business and let things just run and turn things on and off. Reduce time and money and costs spending on IT infrastructure. A lot of times you've always got to buy up front on IT infrastructure, and sometimes you're not too sure what is the right mold for your business. So for example, let's say you buy a server that manages 30 people, in 5 years time you only manage to grow to 10 people, and because of that you've spent a lot of excess money on things you should not need. Cloud kind of helps you as a service to turn things on and off and measure it as your business is up to it at that time. That helps you save money in that area. And mobility, freedom for your employees to work anywhere. That is a given now of your staff. Now, we all know probably the good staff that you have, you need to allow the flexibility. Sometimes they work at home, and with that in mind, you need to make sure that they have all their tools needed to run their day-to-day duties. And time when they do, you do let them go home to work, you find you're drawn into the problem because they don't have the tools, and then you're trying to talk to your IT guy, and then they duct tape that and say you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, and it doesn't work, and you're having all those horrible meetings on trying to free your staff up, but you're drawn into it. And again, back to the point number one, you're not focusing on your business anymore, you're focusing on why Sarah Walker's not getting certain things on their office. Now, the next thing we need to do is that to say cloud versus on-site. This is a key element that you need to understand. For those people who already set up an office, they know they've had to have Exchange Server. Exchange Server is their mail, their Outlook clients, their calendars, everything like that is the Exchange. Now, decent, good-sized businesses, we're talking anyone who gets over to 5 to 10 people, get an Exchange. That's 10 to 20 grand sometimes. You need software, you need UPSs and all that around it. Then you got to get PABX, which is the ability to do phone systems, and gosh, that's expensive. You got $300 a handset right there, and all the things that go with that. Then you got your office space and network designs and regular IT people looking after you on that one. And we've kind of got a photo on the right side to show you that's probably how a lot of offices look like behind scenes when you open up that cabinet. You've got duct tape, you've got cabling everywhere, and when you start a business, you didn't think you'd be focusing on this all the time, and that's the frustrating thing about your business. So, with that in mind, where do we go from here? Now, you're probably with the cloud, you've got two choices. You've got, when do I move to the cloud? If you're a new business, go to the cloud straight away. You're the lucky ones. You can just start turning the services on that you particularly need and start moving forward in your cloud. Now, we'll go shortly in why you may not want to go to the cloud. We'll talk about that, but please look into it. And one of the first things you should do in a business is see if you've got good internet where you are, because I know sometimes you don't have a choice where you are, but it's really hopefully that you have something there and that helps you out. But for those people who, like me and many others, have put a big money into the infrastructure already, start hybriding your cloud. Hybrid means that you have a combination of online and local office. That means that you start gradually turning more on the cloud on. And so that means is that you can actually start finding the services that you need. For example, when you build Creator, you can actually start saying Office 365 will plug that and move to 0. Now, when I have a lot of meetings, a lot of people go, yeah, let's do it now, and rush in and realize that they need more time to focus on it. I really have talked to a lot of people and say, look, do one step at a time and get one thing right at a time. But if you don't do it, I've got a classic examples of a lot of our clients where it's like it becomes another 1 year later, it's the same conversation that we have, and it does waste a bit of time between both parties when you go, and you didn't do anything. Okay, let's move forward again. So let's talk about why not the cloud. Because when we talk about a lot of things about the cloud, there's a lot of negative connotations at the cloud. Now, I believe there are some bad clouds out there. I agree with that one. So I'm going to go through some of the bad points. Data sovereignty, meaning where is that data, who owns it, all those things about it. So data sovereignty is who owns your data. You find there's some hidden meetings and stuff saying like Facebook and all those things. When you do that, they go, oh, but we own your photos, we own this, we own this. So sovereignty means you've probably got to be protective on what you partner with that as well. Multi-tenancies. Sometimes with multi-tenancy sites, you find that when you're on a particular server and you're with another client on that server, they may be using it really highly, what you call smashing it and doing a lot of things with it, and that may slow your performances down. So when you're a smaller client, 10, 20 people, you can give that, but when you get to 100 people, you're starting to go, wow, my productivity, my business, my wages, and everything is going slow because something's not right here, and it could be multi-tenancy. Someone else is chewing your CPU. And security and protection, and that's location and data is a given as well. And look, I do have a gripe, and sometimes I get my hackles up when I look at other vendors and say, hey, it's a CRM, it's really good, it's blah, 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 blah. Where is it again? It's in America. Cool, latency issues there, and then you really don't own it. So when your business gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and why are you paying for, like, say, $100 a user when you should be just now then bring it back to your cloud, and you can have your private cloud, and I think it's a very smart idea, because if you're paying IT people, you've got 2 or 3 IT people and you employ them, you should be actually looking at bringing the cloud to you. Now, the given why not the cloud is what should have been number one thing, but it's internet speed, and that's something when I speak to people and they go, I've got bad internet, I'm saying that you need to go PC versions. I really can't help you too much. It's where you are, what's happened, and then focus on next time around when you get a business, get good internet. And we have had that conversation where I'm with clients and they've spent a lot of money and I'm going, but I know I'm not believing what you're doing here because of internet. You have to pay for this PC environment, and it's a bit of a bill, but sorry about that. But you need to therefore look at where you are if you have no control of it. But if you have a choice to get decent internet, please do, because this will solve a lot of problems. Now, to talk about the data sovereignty in multi-tenancy. Now, when you start growing your business, and we're talking about hosted servers, where you can put your applications in the cloud. Now, there's something called Windows Azure and Amazon Web Services. Now, you may have heard them or may not have heard of them, and they are here to stay. And Windows and Microsoft and Amazon are really beating their chests and really being aggressive in the market. And we're seeing the prices come down quite a bit on managing a hosted server. With a hosted server, you make sure it's in Australia. Do not bother about going, especially if you're doing CRMs and all those type of things on here, phone PBXs and stuff. It's just not going to work. I know when I see some marketing on some products out there and going, hey, look, we're on a phone PBX. And I'm like, yeah, but where is it again? It's over in America. Not going to work. Latency means is that little data has to go all the way under the seas, all the way through India, all the way through back to America, and come all the way back, and that's latency issues, and that means that you will not get a great service going on with your CRM. Now, when you get to a certain size, you really can buy your own server, and they're pretty cheap for what it's worth, and you can start injecting your PABX inside it, your cloud PABX inside it. You can put Creator in there, because Creator, we're going to say, look, we're having clients doing it right now, saying, hey, you've brought the infrastructure, you've spent the money, and you've got your pretty smart IT guys. Sure, we'll inject create it into your own tenancy environment, and you can start, and that gives you data sovereignty issues, and they'll give you the ability to control your own environment and control your own data, and that's a good thing in a lot of areas, because that means it really comes down to you've got your box over here. I'm going to go back to the screen. See this software box you've got here? You don't need to spend it in your own environment. You can turn that server up in the cloud, and it handles all the different data, the latency, handles the backups. You can handle your data in the cloud, and that helps you with not worrying about multi-tenancies and data sovereignty and all that stuff. Now, I hope that helps with why the cloud. That's something that I believe it's probably today now we need to start moving to the cloud, and don't be afraid of it. Ask more questions. Not everyone's to the cloud, but I honestly believe now you've really got 80 to 90% of people should be starting to move to the cloud, so they don't have to duct tape that server. Hope this helps, and speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.